Welcome back, everybody. So after the last episode of basically meandering in Mirage Village, for lack of a better term, we are out and we're going to go and get some other things done. I know a couple people were frustrated with that episode, but I couldn't resist because a lot of time was spent in Mirage Village, and I technically wasn't able to get everything out of it, but I was able to get enough. Now, I believe that's one of the last things that we can do before we hop into... Yeah, we're going to be hopping into another Lithograph dungeon. And this time we are going to the Island Shrine. I believe this is the one that... They all represent an element, so the pyramid would have been Earth. I believe this one is air. Trying to think. Yes, this is the air one. It is the Island Shrine. And for those who I actually irritated with the previous... I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. I actually had a little bit of fun editing that, and so I figured I'd just put it up and be silly. But it worked out, I think, in the end. And so now we're just getting ready to do the Island Shrine. I hope everybody has had a good week now that we can all kind of mellow things out after the holidays. Oh my gosh, thankfully it's over and things can get back to somewhat normal around here too. In fact, if Drak and Shadow fans are listening right now, they actually will be very happy because we just barely started things up on that channel. We started recording for the year. We started with Concussion, getting our best films of 2015 done, which I actually flubbed and I might need to fix at some point. Basically, my honorable mention got screwed up because I put down Terminator Genesis as it, but it was really a tie between Terminator Genesis and Jurassic World. Just because for Jurassic Park fans and Terminator fans, that's what that was entertaining for. Because you knew what you were walking into, so to speak. You knew that the Terminator was going to win to some extent, and in Jurassic World, you knew the dinosaurs were going to win to some extent. So I will probably need to clarify that at some point. In fact, I was making a joke to Alex. I'm like, oh, crap, we need to record this again so I can say it right. He's like, no, we got it done. We're not doing that. Excuse me. So, and then also things have been busy over here. I don't know about you guys. Oh, and we're gonna... Boom. In an island temple protected by the wind lies the second lithograph. So, there you go. This is the island protected by the wind. So yeah, aside from readjusting to recording schedules and actually trying to work out the recording schedules for this channel, because me and Andrea have been trying to figure out, okay, here's what we're going to do. And I hate... There's been some slight changes. I don't think you guys will notice until probably the end of NAC, but we've made some slight recording changes to that schedule. And then Drak and Shadow is going to remain the same, thankfully. We've got lots to do there, and we're just planning out our special LPs for Saturdays. Because it seems like we have one every month, roughly. Thankfully, some of that stuff is going to start changing, but... so I've got that, and then I've also been adjusting to school, because I've got at least one more semester to do. I may have one more, just because I've got to get an internship going, and that's proving very difficult for some reason. But... hopefully I can get that done this semester so that I can be done and put that part of my life behind me. So I've had that. Then we've been adjusting to other schedules, back to normal schedules, thankfully. And then also to the people who were... I did get a couple of private messages like, what happened with the live stream. So here's the thing. The exact same day that me and Alex were recording, I thought I had spanned everything out to be able to record all the stuff with Alex and then just barely get on to do a recording for the live stream. And unfortunately, I did not plan that out because we had all those reviews to do, plus we actually needed to get some Drak and Shadow game footage. So, unfortunately, I needed to call it. But it is happening next week, and I think I have paced it out by like another half hour, so it will start up at 6 o'clock. If I can make it work at 5:30, then I will get on at 5:30. But yeah, that's the weird part here, is that I'm having to work out recording days and work out time for classes and all that. So I apologize if I seem kind of flaky, but that's not intentional. And I will get this stuff out as quickly as I can get it out. I promise that. So, but also people might have noticed that the consistency for the schedule has improved. Not to say that I've had a bad, like, usually I'm the guy who's uploading for Drak and Shadow as well as for my channel. And people might have noticed, like, sometimes I do uploads in, like, big chunks. I have really made it a habit in the last few weeks to get everything on their correct day. In fact, I am literally recording this today. So you're going to get this fresh. Because I love you guys. And we're actually, I have no problem admitting this, we actually are running a little low on footage for some of the games on Drak and Shadow. Thankfully not for here. I do tend to make it a habit now to record the Final Fantasy parts the week that they're going to go up. But Drak and Shadow is a little bit behind. We'll get back up there, though. So that'll be awesome. But yeah, in case people were frustrated with the live stream, yes, it will be happening next Monday. I can promise that. And it will be the first ever Steam game. This is actually a game that has been suggested by Geek News listeners and followers of my channel. Because they were amazed that I had never played this game before. And considering how much I love this or I currently love this particular genre, I have not played it up until maybe like a couple of years ago. So they wanted me to tackle this, and whether or not it remains a consistent thing, I don't know if it will. But that's up to you guys. If you guys like it, then we will do it, and we'll keep it as consistent as we can. I'm trying to think any other business that... Oh, yes, I actually wanted to bring this up to you guys, too, because I do know that a lot of Geek News listeners subscribe to the channel. In case people hadn't actually seen my Facebook post, this has been a really rough week. We've had two very prominent deaths. One starting on Monday with David Bowie. David Bowie has passed away, and I was, like, my personal thoughts on it is I was kind of floored by it, because, I mean, I really know David Bowie, or at least my first viewing of him was the movie Labyrinth, and, you know, ginormous codpiece and funky hair and being able to learn all the Cirque du Soleil glass ball tweaks that he could do, or tricks that he could do. But that actually inspired me to go into kind of his musical repertoire, and I've heard, I'm not going to say every song, I haven't heard everything, but I've heard a good portion of them, and I love a lot of the spoof stuff that comes out. For example, I don't remember the name of the song, Ground Control to Major Tom. The one that Brentalfloss did, where Ground Control to Fox McCloud. I like that one. But I will tell you this much, because especially the intrigue that is surrounding David Bowie's death, the fact that he was battling with cancer and he put out this album kind of expressing his struggles as he was battling cancer, and then on top of that putting out music videos, I've gained a whole new respect for the man, because that's how you can tell a true artist, is when they are willing to go into their art form and go into their work, even when they are in pain, or they're not feeling well, or they are struggling. Because sometimes, in some cases, that's when you get the best work. So I've got like tracks on iTunes from David Bowie. I would probably get this album just to see what it's about. I haven't gotten it yet, but that's just because I haven't updated my iTunes in like 6 months, so I have to do that first. But why haven't you updated your iTunes? Because I don't like updating iTunes. iTunes updates every damn week. Pisses me off. And even better, it takes processing speed away from all my other projects. In fact, I actually I don't know how I had this setting turned on, but I had the automatic download thing turned on. And that hurt, like, I think one recording of Drak and Shadow, and I was pissed at the end of that. So I turned that off dang quick. And on top of that, I kind of just share the viewpoint of the James Rolfe. You know, I just don't see the point in updating iTunes every week when it's such minor changes. I'd rather wait until the big patch comes and then do that. And that's how I end up with iTunes not being updated for 6 months and never being updated on my iPhone. So that's the way it goes. So anyway, back to David Bowie. What I'm trying to get at is I actually put this up on the Geek News group, and I'm going to put it up on the Drak and Shadow group also, is that I would like to hear you guys' thoughts on the album, or thoughts that, like, if you could speak to David Bowie and say thank you for all that he's done for you, you know, through his albums and all that. Please do so, because I would love to be able to read them. On Geek News, if people are willing, we're going to read them on the air, because I think that would be a nice send-off to David Bowie. And I would love to be able to see what you guys thought and your history with David Bowie and his bands, or not bands, but his music, his movies, wow, is there other things he was doing? I know he was involved in a lot of stuff. Heck, he did extras, for crying out loud, so he did TV, technically. Granted, it was British TV, but nothing against that, just that's where he did it. The other thing, too, was that as of today, this morning, me and Andrea got the horrible news of Alan Rickman. If people who don't know who he is, he played Hans Gruber in Die Hard. That's his first American debut. He also played Severus Snape in the Harry Potter films. He passed away today after a long battle with cancer at the age of 69. And I would also like to open this up to Alan Rickman. So if you guys have things that you would like if you'd like to say thank you for playing Professor Snape, please do so, because I would love to hear what you guys would have to say, and you guys will get that also on Geek News. I personally am going to miss Alan Rickman. I always loved seeing whenever he took on a role. In fact, in a lot of cases, you know, some people have told me, like, outright, if De Niro's in it, I will watch it. If DiCaprio's in it, I will watch it. For me, if Rickman's in it, I will watch it. Just because I know that I'm at least going to get a good performance from one person. So I've watched things like Galaxy Quest, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, simply because Alan Rickman is on the list, or the cast list, and I don't regret it. I love Galaxy Quest simply for Alan Rickman. I also loved Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to some extent because of Alan Rickman. And also the big roles that he took on. Severus Snape, Hans Gruber. I am a diehard fan simply because of Hans Gruber. And the fact that Jeremy Irons came back later to play his brother. I'm like, Which is funny, because when I was a kid, I actually thought his name was what was it? I think I thought that they were both named Gruber. And so I'm like, they are brothers in real life. I'm like, and my brother's like, no, they're not. But he looks older than him. No, he's not. So I can already tell you, I will miss Alan Rickman. I always look forward to whatever roles he was going to pick up. But I do love the Facebook reaction. We are hearing from the cast of Harry Potter. I just barely read the heartfelt message to Alan from Ian McKellen. And I know that they've done other work together. So that was pretty freaking awesome. And I can already tell you, I will miss him as an actor. Loved seeing what he was going to do. And I didn't even know this. He actually had like a voiceover cameo work, I think, for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So he came back to do that. And I guess that's going to be our last interaction with Alan Rickman. So that is sad. But again, I would love to hear you guys' comments below. You can go to the Geek News Facebook page and leave your stuff there. And if you're if you're happy, or if you're okay with it, we will read them on Geek News and kind of cover the stories together, because, well, we're losing 2 major talents this week, and I'm just, it's Thursday. I'm hoping nobody else passes on, because I really don't want to see another, because both of them are British artists. I don't want to get the thing saying, like, I don't know, this British artist has taken their own life or something like that. Really don't want to have that. Thankfully, though, I don't think that will be a problem, but just in case. So that's going to be, I think that's pretty much the business we have to cover today. Wow, this is taking up a good portion of the part, but some people like it when I talk about this, and some people don't. Oh, actually, another piece of business. So, Xenoblade Chronicles, people are asking. It is in the process of being recorded. It's written. It's all that. I'm hoping to have it up by this weekend, if not early next week. So you guys can appreciate the review as it comes out, and hopefully you will appreciate it. I always worry about the reviews because they're the newest part of the channel. Oh, and what's this? We have found the lithograph, only to find...
I wondered who could have made it this far, but it's only a group of little girls. Now, I will send you all to your graves.
And so this is now the boss fight with Stoker. Yes, that's his name. And this is supposed to be an interesting fight in a way. So technically you do have to take them all out. Not at once, but if you... I believe the way that this works is that if you kill one of them, the being will still stay on screen until they are all dead. Is that the case? No. And they will still be doing things, but if they run out of magic points, then they can't do anything magic-wise. But it's okay, because I'm gonna kick that crap out of this freaking boss fight. That was pointless. So that tells me, oh, all but one are dead right now, but they're still able to cast things like Blaze. No! Ow! What are you doing? Oh, looks like another one ran out of magic. Well, now we know that one's... Nope. Oh, he may also have like a random placement where he can take whatever embodiment he wants. It's been a while since I've actually recorded this, so I apologize. It's not like I sit here with the strategy guide out. I figure that would be... Well, it might actually be a good idea, but I just don't do it. Nope. Is that it? Boom. Okay, yeah, they're slowly going to dissipate. And... Yay. And I believe if they actually have magic, they will do, like, one final attack before they go. And a wonderful 20 ABP to be awarded to all of the classes here. And we have the second lithograph! Wow, the Island Shrine didn't actually take that much effort. That's actually not true. So fun fact, when I actually recorded this, I died, I think, twice. But I merge it all so you guys don't have to see all the failure. The gates to Fork Tower have opened. Powerful black and white magic can be acquired there. So... this is actually the way that you get Holy and Flare. Spoiler. There's something written on this lithograph. Fork Tower, twin houses of powerful black and white magic. The magic towers must be taken at the same time, or they will explode. Okay, that's weird, but okay. So... this is actually going to be an interesting mechanic once we get to Fork Tower. But this is actually around that time, I think, that I needed to take a quick grinding break. But before that, we have a lithograph, so we're going to go claim some weapons. I guess with this last little bit, I'm going to go ahead and... So, I actually haven't been able to play too many games this week, mainly because of everything that's been going on with starting school and trying to get schedules rearranged. So, I've been able to play a little bit of Borderlands 2. I was able to get the entire original Vault Hunters back together. I specifically love the quest with Brick because, well, I played Brick in my first... Wow, that was timing. Yeah, I played Brick when I first played Borderlands, and while I kind of regret that, I still love Brick as a character, especially with what Borderlands 2 did with him. He's basically a leader of a bunch of psychos, and in order to get his respect, you have to join his gang and help him out. So I appreciated that. We've properly moved Sanctuary over to the Highlands, which was another interesting quest. I still love the fact that the answer that they have for, like, how are we going to save Sanctuary from this onslaught from Handsome Jack is, Lilith's like, I know people aren't going to like this, but I need you to give me Iridium and a lot of it. And she basically teleports it to a new location. That was a cool concept. And I also liked when Brick came back, is that they, when Roland gives you the quest, he's like, no, this guy is a little unorthodox, and we don't exactly get along anymore. So I hope that doesn't create problems. And then he gets back, and you find out that it's like a very minor problem. Like, they had one minor disagreement, but they still respect each other. It's like, so there really wasn't any fault whatsoever. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Mordecai, but I almost want to go into him a little bit later because his quest was kind of epic. You basically have to go rescue his bird Bloodwing from like Handsome Jack's zoo, roughly. And you actually have to fight Bloodwing as a boss. He's corrupted and you have to take him down. And Mordecai thinks he can tranquilize him, but it doesn't work. And so it's like, up until that point, Mordecai has played a very cool character, and then Handsome Jack threw it. Being the villain that he is, he threw a left hook and actually pissed off Mordecai. All right, so we have now actually acquired the Magus Rod. So this will be helpful for a Black Mage or Summoner. So we have 2 weapons left to acquire that we may want. And I believe the second one is right here. It is the Sage Staff. So this is actually for white magic or time magic users, but you can technically use the Magus Rod with them, I believe. And funniest thing, some of these weapons, even though they're supposed to be like the final weapons, you will come across weapons that are probably a little better for a specific class in the final dungeon. So that still holds true. And then this is the Holy Lance, specifically for a Lancer or a Dragoon. And now we have the Holy Lance. So that will be very helpful, boys and girls. But we have our 3 weapons, so now we must leave and wait until the next lithograph to grab the remaining ones. And in the meantime, we really hope that we don't run into anything in Kuza, and yes, we did. Is this the one? Because we ran across Exdeath Soul. Yes, this is the second enemy that you can run across in Kuza, the Shield Dragon, which is even more annoying. And even better is if you do enough damage to him, he'll run away. So your efforts are for naught. So freaking dumb. There is a way to be able to take down a Shield Dragon, because I think he does have a valuable item, but you have to have a particular class combination and certain abilities put onto those classes. And I just don't see the point in putting those in. So I might as well just run! While I watch my party just annihilate itself. Because he just so happened to mind control Kryl. So, any other things that I can add in on Borderlands 2? Yeah, I love the Mordecai questline, and even though I wasn't like a big fan of Mordecai in Borderlands 1, I actually did like what they did with his character, and I love the Brick questline. But that's pretty much where I'm at this point. So, I acquired Brick, and we're making our next move. I I will probably go and do a little bit more side questing, but I'm going to try and stick to the main story because there's a lot of DLC to go through, and there's still at least one more, well, technically 2 more Borderlands games to go through because the pre-sequel, and then I also want to do Tales of the Borderlands because I'm interested in that concept. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this week. So when we get back, we're going to continue to do some side questing and get some bonus material and get some more Weapons of Anuo.